In this video, I am going to discuss about the DATETime function. Last video, I already covered about the aggregated function, which is the part of the built-in function. So, coming to series by series, so the next built-in function is the DATETime function, and then I will cover the string function and the conversion function and ranking function. So in this video, I will cover the DATETime function as well as the use cases of the DATETime function. Okay, so let's jump to the SQL Server Management Studio, and let me select the correct database, which is discussing here the that is the real-time complete SQL training database. So while we covering the DATETime function, why we use the DATETime function? So basically, when you working with the real time, you will get the opportunity to work some type of the scenario which is the working related to the DATETime column. So in the table, we always have the column which is the data type is the DATETime. So if you talk about the so for example, put this let's start from table, that is the dim employee. Okay, so if you talk about the dim employee table, each and every in the real time table, you will get some of the column which is the data is the DATETime, like the hiring date we have, the birth date we have, the sometimes the table also have the created date, updated date, deleted date. This type of the column you always find. So if you have the some type of the requirement to achieve the requirement or the interview question related to DATETime, you can use the all the DATETime function which I am going to cover in this video, in this training program. So I will provide you the concept as well as the use cases, okay, in the real time, how we can using this real time, how we can using this all type of the function. So let's start with the first which is the GETDATE function is there. So basically GETDATE function is basically used to print the current date and time. So if you select GETDATE here, so you will get the what is the current date and time is there. So in my system, the current date and time is 14th of Jan, and the timing is 3 o'clock and the 30 second, and this is the millisecond. So if you execute again, this time will be changed. So now you can see this is the coming the 43 second and 822 millisecond. If you again execute, it will come 52, and if you wait another 8 seconds, you can see 3 and 01 will be come into the output. Okay, so now you can see if you execute this one, now you can see 301 is coming. So basically whenever you run this one, this will give the output of the whatever the database date and time and the second and with the millisecond. So in the real time use cases, whenever you update any of the data or if you generating the report, so in the report output you can print some additional column, so you will get idea when the report is generated. So when you execute select star from GETDATE, as the I put it here the column alias name. So this alias name is basically used to give the column name. If you not put this one, the output will come the no column name is there. Okay, so once you execute this code, you can see the output is generated with additional column, whatever the column have in the table. And if you go end of this output, you can see this is the report generated date is there. So here you can see 14/1/2022 3 o'clock and 58 seconds. If you again execute this code, you will get the different timing here. Okay, so basically whenever you have the requirement to print the current date and time, either if you updating the code or either if you generating the code, you will get this type of the column in output. Okay, so current date and time. Now the next one is the DATEADD column. So DATEADD function is basically used to add the any value in the date. Like for example, suppose if you have any employee resigned from the organization and the official notice period is 90 days. So if you want to see what is the exist date from this today date from 90 days, so just you can use the DATEADD day 90 and get date. So you will get the 90 days from this today day. So today day 90 days is 14th of April 2022. So if you have this type of the requirement, if you have any this type of the requirement, you will get this you can add the DATEADD function. You can also subtract the date day from that get date or any of the date. You can simply use the minus. For example, I am subtracting from the 164 date from the today date, you will get the 83. Okay, so like this, if you have any requirement, you can use the DATEADD function. Now the next one is the DATEPART function. DATEPART is basically used to give the end part of the date. Okay, so for example, if you have this dim employee table and we have the hiring date, okay, and hiring date, so any date we have the year, month and the day. So if each and every value, if you want in a different part, you can use the DATEPART. So if you want to year in the different, so you will execute it, you can get year different. Okay, so this is the year part. If you want to the day part, if you execute day, you will get the day part. If you want to month part, if you execute, you will get the month part. Okay, so basically whenever you have the requirement to get the part of the any of the value, you can use the DATEPART function. Okay, so the question is the what is the use cases of the DATEPART, what is the real time use cases. So whenever you have the requirement to get the data from the exactly year or exactly for the month or the exactly for the date, you can use the DATEPART function. For example, suppose I have one example here that find the employee information who born in which birth year is or in 1974, who born in 1974. So you need to find out all the employee information who born in 1974. So you can use the where condition, you can use the DATEPART year and birth date, and you can hide the 1974 the value. So you will get all the employee information who born in 1974. So like this type of the question you have, this type of the requirement you have, you can ask the DATEPART. So when you attend the interview, and so interviewer will not ask you the what is the DATEPART function. They will ask you, they will put you question like this: can you find out the employee information who birth month is December, who birth month is January, who birth month is March. So how you can find out? So you can use the DATEPART function. Like suppose they ask you, can you find the employee information who born month is 12th, like December, who born in December. So we have the birth date function. Okay, birth date column. So you can use the DATEPART and you can put the month, birth date. So this select statement not required. The reason is because you using filter condition. Okay, so in the filter only you can simply use the DATEPART function and you can put the month and the birth date. And if they have the question for the December, you can put 12. So if you execute this part of the code, you can see this all the employee who born in December. So now you can see birth date, all the date is month is coming 12 only. So total 21 employees birth month is 12. Okay, like this type of the question come in the interview, you can simply solve this type of the question. Now suppose if you have the requirement to find the employee information who joined in 2007, who joined in 2010. So in place of the birth month column, you can use the hire date. Hire date is nothing but when the employee is joining. So if you have the requirement to find the employee who joined in 2007, okay, so you can use this function DATEPART. So you will get all the employee who joined in 2007. So now you can see all the employees coming which joined in 2007. So if you have this type of the question, you can use the DATEPART function. Now we have the DATEDIFF function, and so DATEDIFF function is basically used to find the difference of two dates. Like suppose if you have the requirement to find the age of the employee, So if age is the basically when you subtract from the birth date to the today date, you will get the age of the any of the employee or any of the individual. Okay, so if you use the date difference function, so date difference syntax is same. You can write a date difference, year, birth date, and you can use the second from which you want to subtract it. So you will get the age of the any of the employee. Okay, so you can see age coming the age. Now suppose if you have the requirement to find out the employee information who age is 48 years, so simply copy this all this function and put into the where clause and put where is equal to 48. So you will get the all the employee which is the age is 48 years. Okay, which is the age is 48 years. So now you can see you will can figure out this is the age 1974 who age 48 years. Like this, if you have any question requirement, you can achieve it. Suppose if you have the requirement to find the employee information whose tenuity is greater than 10 years, so in place of the birth date you can use the hiring date and put the greater than is equal to 15. So you will get the all the employee information who age is greater than 15 years. Like this, we have the couple of more date time function like date name function we have. So date name function is basically giving the part of the name like Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So today is the Friday, they basically give the output the Friday. If you want to print the day like suppose if you entire table dim employee, just you can use the column name hiring date. So you will find the all the employee who join in which day. So like for example, suppose anyone asks you, can you give me the employee information who join in Monday? So basically you can copy this code. Okay, so you can copy this code and you can just cut this all this function from here. Okay, I cut it here and put in the where clause. Okay, you can put into the where clause. So if you put the where clause, so you will like someone asks you who join in Monday, so you can put in Monday, and so you will get all the employee information who join in Monday. Like this, you can achieve the any inbuilt date time function. Okay, so the date name is basically give the part of the name. So like if you want to month, okay, you can use the date name month here. So you will get the January. End of the month function is basically used to give the, if you pass the any of the date, they will give the any end of the month. Okay, so if you execute this one, they will get last working day. Like for example, if you pass the get date, so what is the get date, last working day, today date is the 31st of the January. So they basically end of the month function is basically used to give the end of the month. So within one function you can use the another function. So like date name, within the date name I use the end of the month, so you will get end of the month. So if you execute complete code, you will get today date, end of month day, today day, end of the month day. So if anyone asks you what is the end of the month day, so in the end of the month day you can call under the date name function. So hope you get the better understanding of the date time function. So this is the all about the date time function, and we'll continue the learning of the complete SQL, and which is helpful to crack any interview like data scientist, data analyst, database developer, and full stack developer. So each and every area this training program will help you out. So thank you so much for watching this video.